Hey, afternoon everyone. Welcome to this IEMD on fair funding consultation response. I'm Cara Bristol, Democratic and Electoral Services Officer. Making the decision today will be Councillor Imogen Shepherd-Dooby, Executive Member for Finance, and here to present the report will be Graham Cadle from Finance.
Thank you.
Graham.
So the purpose of this individual member decision is to note the Council's response to the Fair Funding Review 2 consultation, which is a proposal to revise the way in which local government funding is allocated across the country. The Council is extremely concerned by the basis of the proposed funding allocation, which does not reflect appropriately local costs and pressures or the timing of the requirement for the full implementation. We would therefore strongly urge a review of the proposed approach in order to safeguard critical local services.
You have any questions on that?
I don't really have any questions, but what I'm seeing is that Wokingham has embraced the government's request for building homes and meeting their conditions and staying solvent. But we're being penalised for building a place where business and places where people want to live and businesses thrive. But because our residents are doing well, it is felt that we don't need the money. But it does not factor in the actual costs of delivering our basic services and the complexity of doing so. We should be rewarded for providing housing and economic growth, but this does absolutely the opposite and will penalise residents living in this area. It does not factor in the important features such as the number of elderly and disabled people we have and the cost to look after them. With housing costs and the cost of living costs being so high here, it does not consider our high levels of children. It doesn't even consider our high levels of children with SEND or all of the people who need to be looked after. This formula takes into no account the cost of living in Woking area and the subsequent costs of hiring and keeping staff here. If these proposals go ahead, we'll be taking steps to reduce the impact on our residents, but we cannot avoid impacting the services that we provide to our residents. Our calculations are expecting to see a devastating 47 million loss over the next 3 years. In order to mitigate this massive destabling effect, we are asking the government to put in ceilings and floors on these proposals so that no council is significantly negatively impacted. We agree with the principle of redistributing wealth to the less wealthy areas of the country, but not to a level where councillors can no longer provide necessary basic services to their residents. The proposed calculations does not provide enough for the cost of running basic services here, and it shows very little understanding of the needs of our council. Councils do not have the ability to alter council tax bands or raise it above 4.99% to the level that actually meets residents' needs. So they're taking more from us. We don't have many options for raising the difference. So taking council funding to other parts of the country is hugely unfair on our residents here if we cannot deliver the same services as other councils can. It will be hugely destabilising for councils, and many will be forced into effective bankruptcy by this move. Redistributing funding like this without looking at the cost of actually delivering the same basic service to everyone across the country is not fair on our citizens overall. But obviously the cost of housing here means the cost of staffing costs are higher, and the cost of delivering our services is higher than it would be in, say, Blackpool or Middlesbrough or someone like that. So in terms of our response to this report, that's pretty much where we're going, is really what I can say. We have to set a budget with this assumption. Yes.
Thank you very much. If there are no further questions, if you could sign these sheets, please, that would be great.
Have a pen. Thank you. Box is not big enough. Just.
Thank you very much, and that concludes the meeting.
Thank you. You're done?